Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks, because, of course, it's Friday. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at least where we are.
That's right.
Different where you are. Of course, with me, as always, the co-host extraordinaire over here, Mr. Ken Golden, the professor himself from the Laser's
Hey.
Edge.
So where I am right now, while people are watching this, I'm actually going to be right outside Washington, D.C. at Capitol Audio Fest, which is a high-end audio fest, and is a great vendor room, a lot of vinyl and music. And I'm going to be wandering around, going from room to room, and I won't be in the chat while you guys are watching this. And then I'm going to have dinner with Steve Feigenbaum, and I'm going to make him pay for dinner. He doesn't know that yet.
As you should.
I'm going to make him pay, and then I'm coming home. So
tell Mr. Wayside he's picking up the check tonight. So
absolutely.
So as Ken just divulged, no, we don't tape these on Fridays. So yes, so
that's right. So
you are watching it on Friday, everybody.
That's right. So and because we do this in advance, as I've mentioned every week, hopefully everything that I'm about to show you that came in will still be on the website. And if not, it's possible there will be newer things which are on the website that arrive. I've got a ton of stuff over there. There's more stuff coming in from all over. Got stuff already for next week, so some of it might come up might go up on the site after we record this. Some of it might wait for next week. We'll see. So, but there's a lot of good stuff this week.
In other words, Jim's going to be busy over the next 24 hours.
Jim will be manning the ship, so there's no problem placing orders. Jim will be here, and God knows what he'll be doing while I'm gone, but he'll be here. So here's what we got this week. Let's start with the pre-orders. I'm going to do slightly different. Oh, did I not put up the JPEG? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. And I so want to be professional, and I screwed up. So let me, if you could bear with me 1 second. This is so unprofessional. I suck. But I'm going to do this real quick.
On the fly.
And, wait. There it is. Okay. So pre-orders. Caligula's Horse, Charcoal Grace. This is, I believe, coming out in January. And
Inside Out, Ken?
Inside Out, yeah. The band is from Australia, led by Jim Gray on vocals, who was an Arcane band that we were associated with. And there's going to be a CD version and 3 different colored vinyl versions. So I'm kind of doing CDs and vinyl together now. I'm not going to separate it, at least this week. So there's going to be black vinyl, bone vinyl, and apricot vinyl. Different colors, different prices, whatever. So it's kind of a cool cover, but good band, really good band actually.
A lot of people
now, yeah. Let's get to the new stuff. Live album from Arena, double CD. This is with Damian Wilson on vocals. So great singer,
great singer. Good, yeah. Really good band.
Yeah. From the gray area, David Bowie, Tokyo 1990, double CD. I'm actually kind of surprised at the level of interest we've had in David Bowie.
Yeah.
We're bringing in some of these, these gray area live Bowie. We had a couple of box sets and stuff sold out right away. So we'll see. Maybe
with that yellow turtleneck on the cover. Oof.
But look at the suit. Only David Bowie could pull that off, man. With a little goatee, and I never got into the turtleneck thing. That was never my thing. Next up, vinyl. This is a vinyl only one. The new double album from Kosui, the Danish band, on El Paraiso.
Good band.
Great, heavy, psychedelic, kind of. It's like prog rock channeled with prog rock with like some jazz rock. Maybe a little John Coltrane in there.
Yeah.
Let me kill this call. I'm going to call you back. Okay? Yeah. And then, but I think they're a great band. I would love to, I wish they would come over here. You like those guys?
I do. I have a couple of their albums. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're long tracks, good stuff. Next one, I know this is one that you're excited about. Chick Corea Electric Band, The Future Is Now. You got it, right? Shut up.
It just showed up an hour ago. So everybody watching, you know you want this, you know you need this.
Double
Double
CD,
album.
right? With John Patitucci, Dave Weckl, Eric Marienthal, and Frank Gambale.
Yep.
With
track list: Charged Particles, Trance Dance, CTA, Jocelyn the Commander, Beneath the Mask, Eshed, Alan Corday, Johnny's Landing, and Got a Match.
It was
Essential.
It's archival live stuff, right? From what, like around 2016, I think maybe.
Yeah, so we got from it's from 2016 through 18, from Catalina's Los Angeles, the Blue Note in New York, the Blue Note in Tokyo,
right.
Sonoma, California, and Catalina's in Los Angeles 2 years later. So yeah, it's the
Blue Note. Didn't Mclaughlin come out and play at one of those nights?
He might have.
I think so.
He might have.
I think so.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I hear it's tremendous.
Okay. So we got it. You asked for it. I got it.
Yeah.
Next we got, this was a pre-order and finally showed up. The new one from Virgilio, Nick Virgilio, Neil Morse, and Ross Jennings. So, yep. And
also just arrived today. Today was the day.
It's called Sophomore, and it comes on CD and red vinyl. And the label is kind of making it out to be like a prog version of like Crosby, Stills and Nash. Three good vocalists, and I guess they're harmonizing.
Yeah, the first album was a lot like that. Yeah, it may not be for some, but it's really well done. Really well done.
I got to be honest, it sold a lot better than I thought it would.
Oh, I mean, look who's on it. That's why.
Yeah. So there you go. Next up, this one is a vinyl only release. This just showed up today. Incredibly rare U.S. prog psych album, early 70s. Pete Fine, on a day of crystalline thought. I saw this in a record store once, hanging on the wall, and I was super excited. And then I saw the price, and I got nauseous. So it was. I mean, it's stupidly rare. So, but this is an official reissue, and it's kind of an eclectic album, but it's a good album. He's Pete Fine, and multi-instrumentalist, and all different people playing on it. It's kind of weird, cool. Next thing we got, this is one from Cuneiform Records, the new one from French TV, Mike Sari's band, A Ghastly State of Affairs. I've made one pass through it. Very, very good. If you're into, broadly speaking, I'd say like if it has a little bit of like a Canterbury flavor to it, National Health and Happy the Man, and very, very good.
A little bit of Zappa in spots. I haven't heard this one, but I've heard most of their albums.
Yes.
They're all very good. Yeah.
Always. They're consistently good. And this one as well. Back in the gray zone, we got Genesis French Dressing, 1978 tour, double CD, full show, I believe, from Dijon, France. And I've listened to it once. It's either a soundboard or a radio broadcast. I can't make up my mind.
Great track list.
Yeah. So there you go. Next one. This just arrived. This is brand new. Jazz Q Live Pilsen 1980. We have it on CD and LP. Jazz Q was I guess in some way, shape, or form, Jazz Q still exists. Led by a Czech band, led by Martin Crachville. I'm killing his name. I'm sorry, Martin. And they started out in the early 70s, and we're going to actually have some other Jazz Q stuff up on the website. Maybe while you're watching this, it may be there. If not, if I run out of time, it'll be next week. But really overlooked, but great jazz rock band. I wouldn't call them a fusion band, but a lot of you got to hear them. It's great stuff. And next thing we got up, Jalusic, Dino Jalusic, Follow the Blind Man. So Dino, he was in a band. He had a band called Stone Leaders. Did an out, with John Macaluso. He's played with. He was on Michael Romeo's War of the Worlds.
Great singer.
Great singer, and a little bit of a, I would say, a little bit of a vocal chameleon. It's got a little bit of like that Jorn Landy thing, in that he could kind of migrate.
Dio Coverdale.
Yeah, they all could kind of, they could kind of, they fit into that role and they cover it really, really well, if that makes any sense. So really good singer. Next one is the first one from Mondo Drag. Actually, I don't think this is the first one. This is the first one on the label on Riding Easy. But we did really well with this other Mondo Drag titles. Thank you, Pete, for the recommendation and suggestion. And so we decided to bring this one in as well. And next up, I'm out of order. Where'd you go? Wait, come on, Ken. You're blowing it.
You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it.
I am, because I was. Oh man, all right. Here's another one. I thought I had the JPEG up. Namaz, 300 miles per hour. This is a very rare, I think it was a German jazz rock band from, I believe it was the early 80s. It's got like a little bit of like a Latin flavor to it. Killer guitar. It's got a female vocalist. She's almost like scat singing a little bit. And she doesn't really get in the way. The guitarist is just, he's flying on his thing. That's very, very good. All right, what's next? We're jumping around a little bit here. We go to Sabotage. This is vinyl, Ghost in the Ruins. And Jim just pointed out that this actually has extra tracks that are not on the CD reissue. So there's a tribute to Chris Oliva. I believe it's colored vinyl, and it's the last in Edel's Sabotage vinyl reissue series. Next, we got the new one from the Italian power metal band Secret Sphere, Blackened Heartbeat. Weird name, but I saw them at Prog Power, and the thing I always remember about them is the vocalist. He had pants, black and white striped pants, like with skin tight, or like painted on him. He looked like a harlequin. CD and vinyl from the Space Lords, Nectar of the Gods. Heavy German, heavy German, space rock, stoner rock, whatever you want to categorize it. Long tracks, a lot of riffing going on. Tuner, T1 contact information, double CD. If you like Stickmen, I would think you would like Tuner. It's basically Stickmen, but you swap out Tony Levin with Trey Gunn. So it's Trey Gunn. And you've got Pat Mastelotto and Marcus Reuter.
Yep.
Double CD, a lot of improv on it. Next one just showed up. People have been waiting for this. This is really cool. We have CD and double LP, Weather Report, live in Berlin, 1971. Officially licensed, not a bootleg. Came from German radio. And it was the early version of the band. If you like the Jocko version of the band, the Victor Lewis of the band, this is not for you. This is the more experimental, adventurous side of Weather Report of Joe Zawinul. And this session had 3 guests: Alan Skidmore, E.G. Thelen, and John Sermon were guests in the session. So that's kind of cool. We have and
Chuck should be all over that one.
Chuck ordered it.
Oh, there you go. Never mind.
So Chuck is back in the world of physical medium. So that's good. And so that, for me personally, this is the version of Weather Report I like the best. So next up is reissue of an album I did. We had the vinyl last week. Now we have the CD, the first White Willow album, Ignis Fatuus, that we did, I believe it was 1995. So Jacob remastered it himself. He's been doing a lot of mastering now, and there may be another track on there. I remember way back when we did it, we we left 1 or 2 tracks off the album. So, so I think he may have put it back. So, all right, now we've got a new one from Within Temptation, and it comes in 1, 2, 3. I got 4 different versions of it. So now we've got Bleedout, which is the regular CD digipack. We have the one with the 3D lenticular lens cover. We've got the box set, which has got all kinds of shit in it. We've got the this is the I did them out of order. So wait, go back. Yeah, that's the vinyl, the regular vinyl version, and then they also cut it at 2LP, 45 RPM. So with different artwork, and I listened to it. I used to be an enormous fan of this band. I love them. They got me into that whole female vocalist metal thing. And, I started work with Delane, which was an offshoot of Within Temptation. And I thought the last 2 albums were kind of shit. And I had to say, I think this was a return to form. It's the heaviest album. I think Sharon sounds great. It's got a little touch. I don't know if you listened to it yet, Pete.
No,
I don't know if you were ever a fan. It's got touches of electronica here and there. So, but it's got that symphonic element that they've always had, but they kind of up the crunch factor, and no rapping on this album. And I like it. I think it's good. I think there's going to be a lot of discussion about the album.
Okay,
so
no, it's good to hear. I kind of lost interest in them over the years, but they had some really good albums early on.
Yeah, you think back to like, well, for me, like I always said, like Mother Earth was like the gateway into that whole world of female fronted metal bands. And after that, I discovered After Forever, and then that evolved into Epica, of course.
Epica, yeah.
And then Martin Westerholt, he left Within Temptation. He formed Delane, and I did the first 3 Delane albums for North America. And I got into that whole scene. It's still going. It got ridiculous. They were just. And then there were festivals of just female vocalists. It was crazy. Anyway, I think this one is a return to form. This is a weird one. This is a wild card. I brought this in because it looked interesting to me, and perhaps to other people as well. It's not the newest thing, but I never had it before. Hans Zimmer live. So Hans Zimmer, he's the soundtrack composer and a multi-instrumentalist. And also very interested in electronic music, I believe. So this is a live set. It's a double CD. He's got a huge band, and he has Lisa Gerard from Dead Can Dance as one of the vocalists, but he's got Guthrie Govan on guitar. So he's got like this, this violinist. There's all kinds of people playing on this thing, and it's sort of doing, symphonic rock versions of some of his soundtrack music. Like I said, kind of a wild card. It may be of interest to some people, maybe of interest to nobody, or who knows? Maybe it'll be gone by the time people watch this. Who knows? And the last thing, if I could use my mouse correctly, we are taking pre-orders for the new Moon Safari that comes out December 8th. So that shipment arrived, and we haven't had the back catalog in years. So now we've got Doorway to Summer, Himmelbach Volume 1, Lover's End. This is Lover's End Part 3. I don't remember what I have the Part 2, and Double Live in Mexico. And so we have them in stock. If you've been looking for them, you haven't been able to find them, here they are. So that's what I got.
A healthy list.
Yeah, and like I said, when we're done recording this, there's probably gonna be more stuff going up. It's
trying to escape this damn sun.
It's following you.
Following me always around this time. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
Cool.
my apologies for being a little disjointed, but I'm trying to throw up as much stuff up onto the site as possible.
As long as you got everything to appear, that's all that matters. So
Here we go. Yep.
So as always, everybody, we will have the entire list posted or pinned, I should say, in the comments below, and with the link to lasercd.com. So go down there, do all your copying and pasting, whatever it is you do. I know Ken always tells me stories about how you usually, like, within an hour after the show goes live on the channel, the orders come flooding in. So you guys don't waste any time. So
as soon as we're done, they come flooding in, and then we get that pause from like 4 to 5 o'clock. We get that pause, and then after about 5 o'clock, all hell breaks loose.
really?
Yeah, it's like every week.
Because you got the people who are watching you while they're at work, and then you got the other people who probably or may watch at work and wait till they get home, and that's when they place the orders, right?
That's right. It's like it's true.
That's funny.
It's kind of funny, but it's
well, as long as it's predictable, right? That's
yeah. So like I said, Jim will be here standing by. Operators are standing by. I just won't be.
Are any of these a buy or die pick today?
I tell you what, I haven't listened to it yet because it just showed up, but I'm certain that Jazz Q is going to be amazing. And the weather report, so
yeah, I'm sure the weather report's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
All those old recordings from the early 70s are amazing.
And the label did a beautiful job with it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else there. No,
well, I haven't heard it yet, but I'm assuming this will be buy or die if you're a fan of Fusion. So, but I haven't heard it yet, so I can't really make that claim yet. According to Eric Porter, it's a buy or die. I will say that.
All right, yeah. But there is a lot of the stuff this week might be a little on the obscure side, but there's some really strong stuff. That Pete Fine album is a little wacky and really good. The French TV album's really good. It's really, really good. So yeah, there's some good stuff this week.
Cool.
And if you're into female metal vocalists, definitely give Within Temptation a shot. If you've been disappointed in the last couple of albums, I think you're going to be very surprised by this one.
Cool.
So
sounds good. So
yeah,
remember lasercd.com. Buy lots, buy often, right? That's the model.
Buy often, yep.
Buy often. And down below, you'll have all your information to go investigate. And thanks for watching, everybody. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Coming up here on the channel, we've got it's going to be a fairly quiet weekend, but you will get additional episodes of my favorite 30 solo albums of all time, as well as Sundays ranking the albums. And I will be ranking the short but pretty cool catalog of Three Man Army, which is the cool little hard rock band from the Gervitz brothers, Paul and Adrian. This is the band they had right before they joined forces with Ginger Baker for Baker Gervitz Army. So if you like that band, you'll like these guys too. So stay tuned for that and more. Till next week. For Ken Golden, I am Pete Pardo. Have a good weekend, everybody. Happy shopping.